This is the future.
Before everything else, I would like to humbly ask that if you are not subscribed to our channel, please do so if you enjoyed the content that you are watching. Also, please give a thumbs up to this video to help us fight the shitty YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much, and I hope that you will find this video helpful. First, I just want to apologize for my recent guide, as I made a mistake in stating that a certain ability might not work with other setups in the Duviri missions. I'm talking about Gauss Thermal Sunder here, and how it's the greatest DPS ability in the game after Duviri Paradox. Eventually, it was the greatest before Duviri, but just got better right now. So, I did post this long-hour video talking about Duviri builds for each Warframes, and I said that Gauss with a Thermal Sunder build, or what we call the Clap Nuke build, is insanely powerful in Duviri missions, especially in Steel Path Thundercroft, as not only does it strip armor, but it does decent damage when you have full battery and as well as lots of degrees gained. This is true, but I was very wrong to say that Thermal Sunder only works wonder with the base Warframe, wherein with other Warframes, it can also be insane in the Duviri missions, and hell, it can even out DPS the likes of Mesa in the Steel Path circuit. So basically, Thermal Sunder is probably the best subsumable DPS ability honestly, and that's not even the full battery version. So long as you know how to use the tap and hold functions, the blast combination shreds armor and decimates enemies at most levels. You don't even need to build for max range, since it can be mashed very liberally while running with Gauss, and multiple circles can remain out at once. Any well-rounded build that doesn't sacrifice efficiency and range for speed memes will let Thermal Sunder shine with the base Warframe. The idea is, casting multiple heats in succession increases the damages of the heat proc, which has better scaling than regular heat, I believe. For Gauss, pairing this with a cold cast will then turn it into blast damage, which will strip the armor of the enemies, and if you do the combo cold, heat, then proceeds with heat and cold back and forth, with a max battery, then the damage numbers you'll see in your screen would be insane that it can nuke Steel Path enemies easily. However, when subsumed to another Warframe, I was hesitant to try it since you can't have the benefit of the max battery, and like I have said, this is where I'm wrong. I have not used Thermal Sunder setup in any Warframe setup for Duviri missions, and I was awed when someone in the name of Execute Loner happened to be dealing the most DPS in our team when Mesa was supposedly the one to be doing that. At first, I thought that it was just an early luck, since enemies are vulnerable to heat in the Undercroft when they are level 100 plus, but then, the level scaled to 900, but still, enemies die faster compared to our Mesa's Peacemaker. The other two even left the squad, and we were left on a defense mission, with him or her as Garuda, and me as the broken Warframe, but still, we managed to finish the mission with his or her Clap Nuke strategy. My Garuda build is all about spreading slash damage into the enemies in the Duviri missions, but this changed when I saw how effective this is in the Undercroft. It just completely obliterates the enemies fast, and I think that this is the best nuking setup in Duviri Paradox right now. If there's other nuking setup, aside from this, or Mirage, then feel free to comment down below. But why Garuda Squad Leader? Well, for obvious reasons, and that is because of her bloodletting ability that allows you to gain instant energy back and then clap again. The build he or she was using was max range with tons of power, strength and efficiency, and also, Arch Vitality, so that the heat procs will double, resulting to more DPS. Then, Brief Respite is the only source of survivability, but this is enough though. As for the whole duration, I did not saw him or her die, as the shield gating mechanic is just so broken with how spammy this build works. If there's only one thing I'm missing, is the fact that you can provide more casting speed with Arch and Shards. The way that he or she was clap nuking enemies was insane that I thought that he might have a casting speed buff with the help of the Argent system. Overall, it's completely surreal to see Thermal Sunder, the ability I used not just to have nuking fun with Gauss, but to also level up my Warframes fast, and Sanctuary Onslaught now has another usage, and that is nuking everything in the Undercroft whether you are facing Steel Path and beyond enemies. It's a busted synergy that everyone must try right now. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader, signing off.